All right, the clock has hit zeros in the Mile High City and on the NBA season. The Denver Nuggets, your 2022-2023 NBA champions. The first time in the 47-year history, the Nuggets bringing home the title. Absolutely incredible scenes. What a kind of bizarre game. There was a lot of bad shooting, a lot of runs. Big runs by teams, ice cold runs by teams, 3 or 4 throughout the game. But in the end, crunch time, when it mattered most, the Nuggets come out on top. Absolutely incredible scenes. This was the best team pretty much all season in the NBA. They dominated this postseason. Dominated the Timberwolves, really handled a Suns team that everyone thought was the biggest threat out of the West. Dismantled the Lakers, swept them, and now take down the Miami Heat in 5. Unbelievable run. They answered all our questions. Could they actually get it done? Nobody really believed in them, and they did it. Absolute scenes in Denver. It almost gets you emotional seeing everybody cry and get upset. But let's talk about this game. Like I said, he came out storming out of the gate as far as a physicality and intensity point. They played like the season was on the line tonight, and I really loved their effort. They were very physical with Denver. Denver very nervous, very sloppy. 4 turnovers in the first 2 minutes for the Nuggets to start this game, and they were kind of out of whack. Then the Heat went ice cold from the floor, missed 9 shots in a row in that first quarter. But they still were able to get back in there, go back and forth. It was a 1-point game, I believe, coming out. It was a 2-point game with Miami's lead coming out of that first quarter. Then much better in the second quarter. Bam Adebayo, a huge first half, was pretty dominant. Really carried this Heat team. Jimmy Butler was atrocious for about 3+ quarters of this game. He went blistering hot in the fourth quarter. That was about it. Not much help from anybody else. I mean, Caleb Martin had a nice game. Kevin Love was shit. Max Strus was really good in the first quarter. 8 points in the first quarter like he had in that Game 2 win for Miami. Gabe Vincent, atrocious. Loved what I saw from Kyle Lowry. Championship pedigree. 38 years old, really played his ass off. And it's just a shame. This game felt like a Game 6 or a Game 7, not really a Game 5. These two teams were going to war. They couldn't hit any baskets. Felt like both teams were tired. Maybe it's the altitude, but both teams played like their season was on the line tonight. So it was a very entertaining game. Like I said, Heat are up 7 and going into halftime. Then the Nuggets whittle it back down. It's a 1-point game going into the fourth quarter. The Heat are ice cold in the fourth quarter. Can't get a bucket. Jokic and Murray start taking over this game. And then Jimmy Butler shows up, scores 13 straight points for the Heat. It's a back and forth battle. Bruce Brown, the unsung hero, the last 2 games. Huge rebound putback to put the Nuggets back up 1, and they never looked back from there. Jimmy Butler misses a 3. Jimmy Butler turns the ball over. KCP, 2 free throws. He then misses a 3, down 3, and Bruce Brown ices the game with the free throws. Really good night for Jokic. He was slow early, but ended up with 28 and 16, only 4 assists. Jamal Murray, not a great game, 6 of 15, 2 of 7 from 3. The Nuggets went 1 for 15 from 3 to start this first half. That was the worst three-point shooting percentage half ever in NBA Finals history, with at least 10 shots. It was abysmal for them. KCP, 11 points. This was his biggest game. Michael Porter Jr., 16 points. It was nice to see him finally get involved. It was a really ugly knockout, knuckle drag type game. It was not pretty offense whatsoever. And the score says it, 94-89. This is good old-fashioned 90s basketball here. Again, Bruce Brown, a big game, 10 points. Christian Brown, 7. He was good again. Really just an all-around Nuggets performance like we've seen. They have the role players. They have the guys that tend to step up in the biggest spots. They get the job done. They're valuable assets. And I guess when you play with Jokic, he really does make everybody better. He'll find the pass. He'll find the open look. He'll make the play that needs to be made. Like I said, let's just look at the numbers. Both teams pretty ugly. Nuggets ended up shooting 45% from the floor, which is not bad whatsoever, but 17.9 from 3. Heat only 25.7 0.7, and Kyle Lowry had 4 of their 9 threes. So that was a real problem. The Nuggets, awful from the free throw line. They were horrible from the free throw line. They were 9 for 19 at one point, closed it out with 4 straight, though, to bring home this title, which is what you love to see. Championship game, championship pedigree, go earn it, and the Nuggets absolutely did. It's an emotional moment for them in Denver. Obviously, like I said, it was their first finals appearance in franchise history, 47 years, and they got it done in 5. I had the Nuggets in 5 or 6. I was leaning a little more to 6. It's harder to close things out at home sometimes, it feels like, especially for a young and inexperienced team. But man, this is a Nuggets team that really showed their grit, really showed their toughness. They buckled down. Things were not looking good for the Nuggets early in this game, in the middle part of this game. They calmed down. They got it together. Obviously, the crowd helped them a whole ton. Good job on the glass for the Nuggets. Again, 57-44. Pretty dominant there. The fouls were pretty even, I think, in the end of things. Oh, no, 21-13 it ended up being, but there were a couple take fouls there at the end. The officiating in this game was a joke. NBA officials, clown show NBA officials. They were all over the place. Sometimes they were going to say, we're going to let 5 minutes go where it's all out knuckle brawl. We can kill each other. 90s basketball, once again, just tackling people. No fouls called. And then for 5 minutes, we'll say, if you look at a guy and call his mom ugly, you're getting a foul called on him. It was just pretty pathetic. A horrible, horrible review at the end of this game when the Heat and the Nuggets were going back and forth. A foul on a Jimmy Butler 3 that was challenged by the Nuggets. No shot in hell that was a foul on the Nuggets. Jimmy Butler kicks out. He kicks into Aaron Gordon. They say he does block his space, and it was a natural motion. No shot in any universe that was a natural motion. That was a call from Adam Silver. Hey, get this bad boy back to South Beach if you can. We can't have it only be 5 games. It's a really, really awful job by NBA officiating. Not rigged or anything, but goddamn, it's just so trash. But yeah, the confetti's coming down. I have to imagine Nikola Jokic is going to be your MVP. A monster series. He averaged 30, 14, and 8. I think maybe he'll drop down a little bit. He was doing that coming into tonight, and he hit those numbers on his points and his rebounds. Didn't really have the assist he needed, but still a fantastic finals performance. And let's look at big picture-wise. What kind of run are we going to possibly see from the Nuggets moving forward? This is a team that's led by a superstar that's a European. The Europeans tend to not be high-profile guys, not tend to want to move around or do anything like that. They got a young scorer in Jamal Murray. He was very, very electric, was huge in these finals and the postseason. Lots of good young role players. I think we could be looking at a San Antonio-type team. Michael Malone comes from the Spurs organization. Just a boring, non-ego-driven superstar that wins a lot of basketball games. I don't know if we're going to see a dynastic run here like we saw from the Golden State Warriors, but man, it feels like the Nuggets are miles ahead of everybody in the West, and now they have that experience on them. They're not really close to getting out of their prime. Jokic is their oldest guy who's their starter. He's 28. I mean, he's really got another 6 years of dominating the league like he has this season, the previous 2 seasons, and to this championship run. It was big-time stuff for the Nuggets, so I expect to see the Nuggets hanging around for a good bit there. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you happy the Nuggets finally got it done? Were you rooting for Jimmy Buckets and the Heat? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share this video with your friends, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.